joining us here on Behind the Spotlight. I am Crystal Lampett, and I am very excited to have another Crystal in studio today. She's a Kansas City native. Crystal Clayton, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me.
So I am very excited because you have a new song out now, and it is called Blinding Lights.
Yes.
So we are going to go ahead and kick it off with Blinding Lights by Crystal Clayton.
Great. Yes.
Just don't show, hey. Stuck in the same old town, same life, always braving till it's night. And when I close my eyes, I dream of big five blinding lights. Searching for a little more time, holding on for spin real tight. And when I close my eyes, I dream of big five blinding lights.
That was Blinding Lights by Crystal Clayton, and one thing that I love about you is that you do write all of your own music. So it
Yes, I do.
typically comes from personal experiences, inspiration.
Yeah.
What inspired Blinding Lights?
Blinding Lights was about like this thirst that I've always had to like do more and like, I don't know, just go and achieve my dreams, and I know that there's more for me.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it's just about this ongoing craving that I've had for like
Purpose.
yeah, exactly.
So tell us a little bit more about the dreams that you have for yourself, where you see yourself going.
I just want to be able to like make a living doing music and like have people who are inspired by what I do. I love performing. My favorite thing in the world is performing. So anytime I'm on stage, it's like my world is complete. So I just want to perform and write music. And
did that come from anywhere in particular? Did you have a musical background growing up? Were your parents like?
I just always, I loved Celine Dion, and my mom would tell me I would tell my mom my whole life that I was going to be like Celine Dion someday. And ever since I was like 3, I would run around the house singing like My Heart Will Go On and stuff. And so finally one day she's like kind of good. I'm going to get her voice lessons. So I started doing voice lessons when I was 7 and started just performing and started writing when I was 15. So
that's amazing. Yeah. Thanks, Mom.
I know.
And thanks, Celine
She's always
Dion.
been so supportive of me, and my dad too. They've both been just incredibly supportive. So I'm lucky.
Helps. Yeah. Well, thank you so much for being here. We are going to have more on Crystal Clayton coming up. Don't go anywhere.
And you say what you don't mean. That's the way of it all.
Welcome back to Behind the Spotlight, hanging out here with Crystal Clayton. And you have been writing since you were 15.
Yes.
Tell me, where do you get a lot of your inspiration? I mean, it sounds like you really do write from the heart.
Yes. Well, I'm not gonna lie. Most of it started out as like boys and stuff, but
Heartbreak.
heartbreak and loss of love. But I don't know. I've tried to like steer away from always writing about that. I like to, there's so many different emotions to tap into, and I'm like kind of an emotional person, so it's easy for me to kind of give into that a little bit. So now I've been writing a lot about honestly pursuing dreams and having more that you are doing.
Hope and optimism.
Yeah.
Kind of comes with the package if you want to be a singer.
Right.
And you did say that you were born in LA. You still have family in LA, but do you identify as a Kansas City native? Do you feel like KC is home?
Yeah, I mean, I think that just from growing up with my mom grew up there, so she's like kind of got like this valley girl thing about her, so I think I've kind of inherited that.
Yeah.
But I've always known Kansas City as my home, so honestly, I can't imagine growing up anywhere else. It's a really amazing place to grow up, and I'm really lucky that I've been here. So I'll always claim,
KC
my
is
home.
Well, and you did kind of mention wanting to grow your Kansas City fan base. Why was that important to you?
Because people from around here like to claim their, we want to claim the Royals, we want to claim the Chiefs, that's us.
Proud.
Boulevard, we claim them. So I think that for somebody from, like Tech 9, people love Tech 9 from Kansas City. So I think that we're a proud city, and I think that to grow my fan base here is a very smart move. And plus, like, these are my friends. All of my friends live here. My family is here. So,
I think it's a very loyal city as well.
Yeah, it is. It is.
It's a great place to sort of develop your talent and grow as an artist.
Yeah, and I've met a lot of really amazing people performing out. You make friends from fans that you meet out at your gigs.
What has been sort of a really humbling experience for you as an artist in Kansas City? Because, getting to where you are now, where you're all over social media, you've got your website, you've really got the ball rolling. I know that took a lot of help. It always takes more than one person, right?
Yeah. Well, I've had a lot of people help me along the way. Obviously, my parents have been extremely supportive. I'm working with some incredible musicians. One thing that's kind of cool is that there's this group of girls from this woman that I work with, her daughter, and then this other woman that I work with, her 2 daughters. So they're like all friends, and they love me. Like, they're like my biggest fans. Yay! I sang at the one girl's birthday party last year, and like all of her friends, they're like 5, 6, 7, 8, around there.
Sure.
And they're like, Crystal! And I'm playing my guitar in the living room, and I have them all out here dancing and like singing along with me. And then some of the girls came out to the performance we did at the Plaza Arts Fair, and she like held this big sign up. She's like, we love, the 2 of them, they're like, we love you, Crystal.
That's
so
awesome.
it's like, It's so fun having these like little girls who look up to you and
absolutely.
love you, and it like
And it's
yeah.
an opportunity for you to be a role model as well, right?
Yeah,
Was that important to you?
It is. You know, I mean, in a way, yeah. For sure.
I think that's something that's lacking a lot of times. Like I mentioned, with social media and how, I guess, hypersexualized our society is now. I think sometimes it's hard to find strong, independent women who are just exploring their talents and developing. I think it is really important to have girls to look up to.
Right,
young women to look up to. That
I'm glad that I can be that for them.
Well,
It's
I know.
fun.
I get that that's kind of what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like, it's so cool to see somebody admire you for who you are and for your work. Is there one thing that could happen to you that would just make you feel like, okay, this is it. Like, I've made it. This is the dream come true. What's that moment for you?
I don't know that there's ever going to be that moment because I think that with every step that I take, it's like a year ago, I wouldn't have ever thought that I was doing, something like this. So, well, I mean, I would have, but, it's like, okay, this is a new milestone for me.
Sure.
And then there's more, the like festivals and stuff that I'm doing. It's like, these are things that I'm adding, and they're all things that I've always wanted to do. So I think that, if I get to the point where I'm playing at a huge show or opening for
Beyonce?
Beyonce, yeah. If I open for
Queen Bee.
Beyonce, then I'll be like, yeah, I made
You'll be like, okay, I'm pretty
exactly.
set now.
But-
okay, and I have to ask, just before we get into the 4 favorites, the cats. You've got a thing for cats.
Yeah.
You don't strike me as like crazy cat lady or anything, though.
Maybe someday.
Maybe.
I'll be like 60 years old and like with tons of cats.
You'll be writing
around
songs
me.
about your cats.
I have written songs about my cats.
Oh, of course you have. Like, is it like Phoebe's smelly cat from Friends?
Similar, yeah.
Along that same.
Along that line. There's like a few different ones, and I sing them to my cats.
Oh, that's so sweet. So you've got
It's kinda weird.
three cats,
Yes.
2 dogs. You're
Yes.
just a big animal person.
I love animals.
Yeah.
Like, all animals, but specifically, I guess, more cats. But I love all of them.
I love it.
And I like meow to them, and we kind of communicate a little bit.
You're like a cat whisperer. Special
Kind of,
talent.
yeah.
We
Like
didn't
my piano player Justin, he lives in this place, and there's like cats all around, and this like they're kind of like alley cats.
Sure.
And I like walk outside, and I'm like, kitties, and like
And they all come to you?
Well, a couple of them kind of came out. And
Nice. And then they like braid your hair, and it's like a Disney movie. It's so crazy.
If that
You're like
happened,
Cinderella.
that would be like, that's my life goal. Yeah, that's it.
Okay, so amazing voice and cat whisperer. Now we know the real Crystal Clayton. Okay, so let's get into the 4 favorites. First off, your favorite book.
I've always been really into like Lord of the Rings and Harry Potter.
Okay.
I don't know like which one would be better, but definitely,
Yeah, I totally get that.
Lord of the Rings, like Legolas, was
Yeah.
my first crush. So,
Really?
yes, I loved him.
Okay, I could see that. Okay. Favorite movie?
Movie. I love Pride and Prejudice, like the Keira
Nice.
Knightley one.
Yeah.
But I also really love the Katy Perry movie. I don't know if you've ever seen
I
it.
haven't. Was
It's like
it good?
it's like a documentary
Yeah.
kind of, but it was like a movie in
Follows
theaters.
her kind of behind the scenes. Yeah.
Yeah, I cry within like the first 2 minutes.
Aw, I'll have to check it out. No, I do remember that coming out though,
Yeah,
and thinking
it's
like,
a
oh, that's
good
really
one.
cool.
It's good.
And then, well, you may have answered this already, but your favorite artist, is it Celine?
I love Celine Dion.
Okay.
For inspiration right now, I've been listening to a lot of Banks and Bishop Briggs and Kehlani. They're like newer.
Sure.
The first 2 are more like alternative pop. Kehlani's like kind of R&B pop. So I'm sorry, I'm giving like so many.
No, it's probably it's a tough question. It's tough
Yeah.
to narrow down, especially when you have so many different influences. And then last but not least, your favorite fan story or a story that, has been really cool, something that happened on the road, or favorite memory,
Yeah.
anything that's stuck out to you over the years.
Okay, so we did Apocalypse Meow, which was at the Record Bar, and this was a few months ago, and the sound messed up. And it was really cool though because I kept singing the song and like I got everybody in the audience to like clap along with me, and I was like, you guys are my instruments right now, so let's go. And like we just kept going, and I was like, yeah.
That's awesome.
And like, I don't know, we went on for like the rest of the song. It was just me and the audience, and like that was a really like amazing moment. Cause,
You're like vibing off of each other.
yeah, it was so cool. I was like really happy.
You got the whole room pumped and ready to go. Is it horrible that kind of makes me think of the scene in Mean Girls when they're doing the dance, the talent show dance, and then like
the Santa dance?
The Santa dance, and then the boom box stops working, and then they're
yeah.
It's kind of weird.
I'm glad they kept it going though.
See, we need moments like that,
yeah,
right?
Yeah, they're like unique, special moments.
And then, of course, you have your little girl fan club, which is awesome and fun.
Yes.
So more of that, hopefully, to come.
I know,
right?
yes. I would, just love to meet all the fans.
Yeah. So that's great. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yes.
It's been a pleasure having you, and we'll have to make sure that everybody follows you on all of your social media accounts. You've got the nickname, which is just
Criddle.
quickly, that was a high school teacher gave you that nickname?
Yes, it was forensics, and it was like a family, and she nicknamed me that, so everybody called me that.
I like
Criddle.
Criddle Clayton.
Yes.
On some of your social media accounts.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, we've got one more song coming up on Behind the Spotlight with Crystal Clayton.
Yay.
Stuck in the same uncertain life, always braving till it's night.
Welcome back to Behind the Spotlight. We've been hanging out with Crystal Clayton, and we've got one more song. It's called Dreamin' About You, and where can we find it?
This song was on my EP that I released last year, and you can find it on iTunes, Spotify, SoundCloud, everything.
And also, we want to make sure we follow you on social media.
Yes.
So,
yes.
Instagram?
At Criddle Clayton is my Instagram. That's Criddle Clayton. And you can look at my Facebook is Crystal Clayton. Twitter is Criddle Clayton. So, yeah.
You've got the little nickname in there.
I know,
like
Criddle, that's my nickname. Criddle.
I love it. It's cute. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we've got one more song, Dreamin' About You by Crystal Clayton.
Thank you.
Yes.